Tribalism is dominating the voice. A friend told me he was voting no in the voice referendum because he was concerned about High Court challenges. His concern was based on an opinion offered in the no section of the federal government's recent information booklet. He was, it would seem, less engaged by the opinion from the scholars in the yes section of the same document. I would argue that my friend's conclusion was influenced by the confirmation bias, in turn driven by tribalism or identification with the Liberal Party. A relative recently spoke to me about the voice with reverence, suggesting it simply had to succeed. She held the view, despite not understanding the wording of the change to the Constitution and demonstrating very little understanding of any potential consequences of the proposed changes. It was apparent to me that my relative's position was a result of the bandwagon effect, in turn driven by tribalism or her identification with the Labor Party. Again, without debating the merits of the proposed changes to the Constitution, I note recent comments from politicians pointing to examples worldwide where having a voice has significantly improved the quality of decisions made regarding marginalised or minority groups. I would argue that highlighting these examples is almost certainly a demonstration of the survivor effect or bias, in turn driven by tribalism. No example of where a voice has failed to deliver the desired outcomes were noted. The government has labelled the opposition in Australia as the party of no, suggesting they say no to everything, including the voice. They suggest the opposition will do almost anything to promote the no case in the referendum. They also note no case conspiracy theories designed to muddy the waters. I would argue these are in fact examples of the status quo bias, driven again by tribalism. Humans are, to varying degrees, subject to some 30 cognitive biases that affect our decisions, even decisions as important as changing the Constitution. Many of these biases are driven by tribalism, perhaps the most potent force in our communities today. If decisions as important as those relating to changing the Constitution are subject to such biases, one can only imagine how lesser purchase decisions are impacted by these biases. The parlous state of US politics, the ill-informed positions on climate change, political correctness, and COVID-19 vaccinations also highlight the impact of tribalism. How are cognitive biases impacting your business? How can you leverage tribalism in your business? For more on cognitive biases and tribal behaviour, visit www.djohncarlsonesq.com. That's www.djohncarlsonesq.com, or email me, johnc@linkintegrated.com. That's johnc@linkintegrated.com. I'm John Carlson. Thanks for listening.